so coming back to the therapy thing, I was able to settle this thing after a conversation I had with my therapist. So my therapist, I told him that I am into older men and it troubles me. I feel like I have a problem. Is there a problem with me? And she was like, why do you think you have a problem? And I told her that because people think that I have daddy issues. And we started talking like about my family, about my upbringing and all that. And towards the end of the session, she said to me, I'm giving you a homework. I want you to go home and write me all the traits that you find attractive. And I went home, I wrote all the traits that I find attractive in a man. Shawanini, Minjani, Yinhlikane. It's okay. Yinhlikane is evening, right? Yeah, Yinhlikane. Meniko, Vitorame, ni Judy, na cancer, shakuwe, namunhla, uchuze kuva ka channel leyi. Okay, so I decided to greet in my mother's people's tongue, you know, Xitsonga Shangan, for those who are from Mozambique, because you guys, I've been doing this intro like my normal intro, but it seems like the normal intro doesn't want to be featured on this video today. So I decided, you know what, let me try a language that is already difficult for me, you know. But on the real though, how are you? How are you? I am personally doing well. I am doing so fine. And I am happy to be back on your screen. I don't know when last I did a sit down. It feels like it's been a long time, but it's not been a long time, you know. So that is to tell that I missed you guys and I miss you. Okay, I am going to start by saying, if you are here for the teaching and living abroad content, unfortunately today's video is not about that. But today we are covering a topic that is so dearest to my heart. It is so dearest to my heart because I believe in relationship. I believe in relationship generally, but I believe more in romantic relationships. I am a lover of love. I love love. I appreciate love. I am for love, and I love experiencing love. I love sharing love, and I love watching people share their love to their loved ones, you know. So I feel like this topic is songe. And without wasting any time, you guys, I just want to come to you and tell you that I am interested in older men. I find older men attractive. Yes, I say that. And let me go back a little bit. When did I notice this? So in 2014, I was at university. I was studying at the University of the Western Cape. And I met a guy. I fell in love with this guy. This guy we met same day. It was my first time seeing him. We met, and then I was staying off campus at a res that was off campus, and then I was on my way to the shuttle where we take a shuttle at UWC, and he was standing with his, I'd say guys or his guys or colleagues, because he was not studying at UWC. He was doing PhD at UCT at that time. Okay, fine. And I was on my way to get the shuttle. I was rushing to the shuttle. I had dreadlocks that time. And while I was walking towards the shuttle, he was like, he was like, hey, hey, you know, vendor people, he's a vendor. Hey, you, I am talking to you, you know. And then I looked at him and he was like, okay, I can see that you are rushing. Let me go with you. Okay. We went and I told him that it's time for the shuttle to leave. So I'm rushing to the shuttles. You see the shuttles there. And he was like, okay, no, don't worry about the shuttles. I'll take you to your place. Fine. Okay, we started talking there. We talk. And then he was like, okay, let me go and drop you so that I can come and pick up the guys that I am with, because I came with 3 guys. And yeah, he told me why he was at UWC. They came for a seminar and they were done. Wara. Okay, fine. And then we went to my res. He dropped me. Fine. We talked and I was just so interested to him. We talked about a whole lot of things in a short space of time, you know. And what I noticed about him, like I just connected with his heart and his soul. I don't know what I mean by that, but I know that I've just experienced a connection that I cannot explain. Okay, fine. He left, and then I guess he went to pick up the guys and went back to his house. Fine. In the evening, I received a call, and he said to me, hey, rural girl. Rural girl, I cooked back here, and I know that you are a rural girl, so I'm coming to pick you up so that we can eat pap, all right, with my muzwaras. You know, the vendors and their muzwaras, they call like every guy mzwara. Mzwara is like a cousin. Okay, fine. I said, okay. He came to pick me up and we went to his place and his friends were there. We had dinner and yeah, basically we started dating that day. So the first day we met, we started dating, we kissed and you know. Okay, fine. We dated for 10 months. 10 months, yes. I loved him. He loved me. He's a great guy. We are still good friends even now. He's a great guy, but I think at that time, he was in a different space, you know, that I couldn't keep up with the space where he was. And we came to an agreement that we need to separate. And this guy was 10 years older than me. So I'm born 92 and he was born 1982. Fine. So we're in a relationship. I was happy in that relationship, but there was something lacking because of the other things that was going on in his life, you know. He was just in a different space at that time, but he was a great person. He's a great guy, in fact. Okay, fine. That relationship ended. That's me getting into a relationship with someone older, but the gap was 10 years. I didn't mind that, and I didn't think of it as a thing, you know. Fine. And then that was 2014. 2015, I was not in a relationship the whole of 2015 and 2016. The whole of 2015 and 2016, I was not in a relationship, like deliberately. I was I was celibate and I was abstaining, like I was in a spiritual journey. Okay, fine. And then 2017 January, I met a guy in a plane, on a plane. You get on a plane, I met a guy, Xhosa guy, and I swear that I would never date Xhosa in my first year of being in Cape Town back in 2012. Okay, we met with this guy and he was older. I think he was 18 years older than me. Okay, fine. He was coming from Joburg, from a training, I would say training, yeah. And we started talking and yeah. We started talking and we started dating, you know. We started dating like few weeks after we met. And then, yeah, man, our relationship escalated, like, you know, in a month. It was like we've been dating for years. To be honest, I don't know what drew me to this guy. And okay, fine. We dated and yeah, I graduated in April 2017 and we separated. We broke up during that time. But what happened is that I didn't know that he was married, you know. So when we met, he was a guy. He told me he loves me. I love him. I used to go to his place more often because he stayed not far from where I was staying. And yeah, I used to spend time in his house, you know. And he told me that he was married and he got divorced. Okay, fine. The ex-wife is in the Eastern Cape, and then he's got 3 kids. The 2 kids are from the wife, and then the other one is from his previous relationship. Okay, fine, the firstborn. Okay, these 2 are staying with their grandmother, the ex-wife's mother, and this one is staying with his mother. And he would call the kids and all that, you know, and I did not suspect a thing. So I believed him when he said he got divorced, he's got kids. I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah. And then fast forward to April, during the graduation. So I had my graduation on the 10th of April 2017, and then a week later he had an ear problem, and he had to undergo a operation, surgery or operation, whatever. So he went back to the Eastern Cape because he said he wants to do it in the Eastern Cape where his mother is there, his family is there, the people can be able to take care of him. All right, fine. He went to the Eastern Cape and went to do the operation. Cool. On the day of the operation, I called the phone. No one was picking it up. I think he was still sedated or what. The next day, I called to check up how the operation went. A lady picked up the call. Hi, how are you? You are, because I hear is a lady, you are talking to Judy. And he was like, oh, okay. Are you his friend? I am his wife and he is still sleeping. Can I take the message? I am like, oh, okay. I am Judy. I am calling to check up on how he's doing on the after doing the surgery. He was like, oh, okay, thank you so much, I will let him know that you called. You are Judy from where? I'm like, I will work together at this company, I know his company. And he was like, oh, okay, all right, thank you. You guys, shock of my life. I am someone who I can wait, even if I have a burning issue. I can wait for the right time, and I did not want to address it in the phone. So I was like, I went to his house because the key was with me, took all my stuff, went back to my house. He came back and like he acted as if there's nothing, you know. I was like, he was like, okay, I am back, I am coming to get the key so that we can go to my place. I was like, all right, cool, come get the key, but I'm not coming with you. Okay, fine. He arrived and I told him that he was dishonest, he betrayed me, and I feel like he disrespected me, you know. And that's how the relationship ended. And to be honest with you guys, we were so close. We spent like a whole lot of time together, but that relationship the breakup was not it was not hectic. I quickly moved on. Okay, fine. Right. And 2017 was my first year of working. So, and then fast forward to, okay, when I got to work, you guys, so at work there was a man. This man now is the man I am going to talk about. Okay, the main relationship. This man I've been in a relationship with for 5 years. That's the longest relationship I've ever been. Okay, fine. So I noticed that I got favor from him. Like, he loved me. He could not even hide it, you know. But I did not take it as he loved me in a romantic way, you know. And also he was like doing his things. He's a very composed person, an older man, you know, who is about his business, and you know, deputy principal at my very first school. Okay, fine. Fast forward to June. We had like a closing function, and also we were going to celebrate. It was like a closing function / farewell function for Mr. Thornton. So Mr. Thornton, oh, I'm mentioning names, but I will mention Mr. Thornton because, you know, Mr. Thornton. So what happened, you guys, is that this school, in my final year of teaching, I did my practicals in this school, you know, and my mentor was Mr. Thornton. Mr. Thornton was the HOD for the English department, and then he was my mentor. I was his mentee, and apparently he liked me, and he was so impressed with the way I teach, the way I handle students, and you know. And then the deputy principal was the coordinator for the FET for grade 10 to 12 curriculum. So we've got two deputies. The one is the coordinator for the GT and the one is the coordinator for the FET. So the deputy principal is deputy principal. He's the coordinator for the FET, and Mr. Thornton was the HOD for the FET, and he was my mentor. Okay, fine. And so Mr. Thornton recommended me. There was going to be a post. There was an English teacher that was leaving, and then Mr. Thornton recommended me to the principal and also the committee as a whole. And apparently, Mr. Deputy also recommended me because he used to go around and make rounds and observe how we are doing so that he can write a report as a coordinator and as someone who is responsible for the university students, right? He was also impressed by my work, and he says that he was more impressed by my classroom management style. He felt like I was young, but I was in control of the class. Okay, fine. And then now, in December, they told me that, so the principal called me and say, have you applied somewhere? Do you have a job? Like, I was like, no. And he was like, okay, in January, you are coming back to Uzovula Iskolo. You'd be opening Iskolo here. So we would like to take you as our English teacher. Okay, good. And January came. You guys, I never applied for that job. I don't know if this is gonna implicate things, but I was hired in my merits. I did a great job in my teaching practice. Okay, fine. I sent my CV and everything. Fine. So now I noticed that he was into me, like he used to involve me into things, you know, departments. I remember he suggested that I become part of the IQMS, and yeah, he put me in the IQMS, and he put me in so many things, you know, the SBST and all those things. So yeah, okay, fine. In June now, we were going to have a farewell for Mr. Thornton. Okay, you guys, we went to the place, we had our farewell, and it was great. And then I did not have a car then, and he offered to give me a lift, okay, after the function. Cool. I did not come with him to the function, but he offered to give me a lift. Cool. All right. So, by the way, you guys, the previous year when I was doing my teaching practice, you know, most things about school and so I knew that he was dating a teacher in the school, and yeah. So on our way to the lift, it was me, the ex, according to him, and me, and another teacher. Fine. He dropped everyone. So the ex was dropped at school because she had a car and she was going to pick up her car at school. And then the other teacher was dropped first, and then it was me. Cool. He went and dropped me. We had a chat. He asked me about myself, my family. Am I traveling to Mpumalanga? I told him, yeah, that I was traveling the next day to Mpumalanga. Okay, fine. And then the next day, he called and he was like, I think you forgot your earring in the car. I was like, no, I don't think it's my earring. I think it is this teacher's earring. He was like, oh, okay, by the way, I wish you traveling messes, and please call when you get home. I was like, oh, okay, but I'm gonna pass by Joburg. I'm gonna spend a few days in Joburg with my cousin, and then I will head home. He was like, oh, okay, let me know when you are in Joburg. Okay, fine. And then, yeah, I left Cape Town, went to Joburg, and when I got to Joburg, I think an hour after I arrived, I received the call. How was your journey? Are you safe? I said you must call when you get to Joburg, and yeah, said okay, I am safe, and sorry I forgot. And then the conversation started going on. He was checking up on me when I was at home, and you know, all that. But when I came back now, second semester, I things were escalating. I'm like, this man, ikona into a off. And I was like, because I was drawn to him as well. I loved him, and I was drawn to him because of his work ethic. I am someone who likes people who knows their business and who are about their business. Like, if you are dedicated, you show passion, you are like, I see that you are passionate about what you are doing, I'm gonna be drawn to you. So I thought, okay, there was this thing like, okay, I know he likes me, but I did not think that he liked me in a romantic way, you know. And vele mina, I always find favor in the eyes of men as in males. Like, I always find favor in males. Males tend to like and appreciate me more than women. And I've seen that at church, I've seen that in the community, you know. So I thought, okay, maybe it's one of those. And I liked him, I admired him, and he started giving me attention, and you know, and I was a class teacher to the class he was teaching. And this other time he asked me to, because the students were attending accounting telematics, and he asked me to sit with them because he was leaving the school for a principal's meeting. I think the principal asked him to attend the principal's meeting. Okay, fine. And then he bought me chocolate, and he was like, thank you, and you know. And then he started getting closer, man, and we started chatting on WhatsApp. And he was like, can you cook umleqwa? Umleqwa is like the hard body chicken. I was like, yeah, I can. And he was like, please cook for me umleqwa. And you know, okay, one thing led to another. My birthday is in September, and so my kids arranged a birthday party for me. And you know, students are smart. Students can pick up. They know our energies, and they know who we gravitate towards. They know everything about us. And he was involved in this. So they planned a birthday party with him, you know. And the cake that they bought, it was kept in his office and all that, you know. So, oops, see, the battery is dying. Okay. See if we can do something about it. Okay, yeah. So the cake was kept in his office, and yeah, and the birthday was after school. So okay, and then we started talking more every day, every hour, and every minute, you know. And firstly, I was annoyed when I realized that he was into me romantically, because I was like, I bought this father, this old man, why is he doing this? And I did not see him in that light, you know. So okay, fine, I fell for him. We started dating, and we started dating in 2017, we were so inseparable, and until we broke up like 2 months ago. And why am I sharing this? I am sharing this because I have battled so much with this relationship. I was happy in this relationship, and we were both happy in this relationship. Even now that the relationship has ended, you guys, I miss him. I'm the one who ended the relationship, but I miss him, you know. But it has to end because he's older and I am young. I have my own vision. He's got his own vision. I feel like our vision are not aligning, and we will be fooling each other if we say that we will continue with the relationship. I have found my passion. I have found my love. I know that I like traveling. I know that I like living abroad. I know that you know, I have come to embrace my spontaneity, that if today I feel like taking my things and going and stay in Malaysia, I will do that. He is not about that. He is about settling down, and he is talking about like his retirement plan and all that, you know. But yes, I was in a relationship with an older person, and it took me like, I used to enjoy this relationship, but also there was a part that was not happy. Until, you guys, I even consulted my therapist about it. I remember I planned in my mind that today we are not talking about the work that is stressing me. We are not talking about my other personal stuff, but I am going to talk about this with my therapist. And I was like, I am noticing that I tend to fall in love with older men, and I am questioning myself, is there something wrong with me, you know? Because I remember when the news broke at school that time, and people were like, I remember, so there was this teacher that I was close to. We are the same age, we arrived the same time at school, and we studied together at UW, so we were close. And she came to me and she was like, Masugu, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Why? She was like, because Miss So and so asked me if like you have a father and all that. And I told them that you do have a father. You are from a loving home. You are from a, you know, a family, good family unit. So, but they are concerned about you. They think that you have daddy issues. And I was like, maybe they are right. Maybe I have daddy issues. But I thought maybe I had daddy issues, but I did not reconcile with the knowledge of me having daddy issues, you know. I knew it was not something wrong that I was doing, but because of the societal standards there. And I remember this other time when I was deep in love with this man. I was like ready to tell my family, and I was like, I was asking, so I asked my mom and dad, I was like, between an older man and a younger man, who do you think I would likely date? And both of them same time said older man. And I was like, why? They told me, because you have an old soul, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. And even my therapist, so coming back to the therapy thing, I was able to settle this thing after a conversation I had with my therapist. So my therapist, I told him that I am into older men, and it troubles me. I feel like I have a problem. Is there a problem with me? And she was like, why do you think you have a problem? And I told her that because people think that I have daddy issues. And we started talking like about my family, about my upbringing and all that. And towards the end of the session, she said to me, I'm giving you a homework. I want you to go home and write me all the traits that you find attractive. And I went home, I wrote all the traits that I find attractive in a man. And I came, said, okay, fine, can I see? So, and he said, I want you to read them to me. So I read to him that I am attracted to men of few words, people who are quiet, but when they open their mouth, when they speak one word, you can't help but to reason or to be like, or you know, but when they open their mouth, you are left, something happens to you. I am into those kind of men who are composed, who are emotionally intelligent, who are dedicated to what they do, and who are passionate about, be it passionate about family, about business, about a certain topic, or you know. And I find the intelligence attractive, emotional and intellectual intelligence. And yeah, she was like to me, okay, you know what, in that description I don't see a physical description. What kind of a man are you looking for physically? Told him, hey, he must be African, he must be black, dark, very dark. I love them dark. And yeah, she was like, okay, you know what, the people that you are describing unfortunately are found in older people. The younger people are more ambitious, but are more like talking, and for you, you are looking for settlement, you are looking for, you know, someone who is grounded and who knows their story. And but unfortunately those people are found in older people, and there's nothing wrong about loving an older person, as long as it is not because of what they have, but because of who they are, and you are just driven by love, not other external things. And I was like, you know what, Bible closed. Amen. Revelation, the last chapter, the last word. Amen. And I came to settle this matter. Why am I sharing this? I am sharing this because I feel like, you know, when it comes to romantic relationship, I would say that for me, I know love. I have received love, and I know how love feels, and love is a beautiful thing, you know, and love comes in different packaging. I felt like when I was in this relationship, I felt like, you know what, this is what I have ordered for. This is exactly what I ordered from the Lord, but it just came in a different brand, you know. Also, I did not mention the brand to God, so it came in a different packaging. So love can come in a different packaging, in a different box that you are not familiar with, you know. And yeah, this is a personal story. It is open for critique, it is open for, I don't know, motivation, it is open for judgment if you feel like judging, but judge graciously, you know. And yeah, that's my personal story, you guys. And you know, a few weeks ago I was journaling, and I was like, I miss this person. I'm going to read that thing I was journaling about. But what I want to find out is that how has the romantic journey been like for you guys? What kind of a person are you interested to? Are you attracted to? And yeah.
Dear Diary, guess what? I have just finished watching Podcast and Chill with McG. Berita, Nota's ex-wife, as she was talking about her ex-husband on how they were in love but also toxic to one another. It just made me realize that it's possible to love but fail in relationshiping. In my case, it was not that we were toxic to one another. Also, I'm realizing that I'm grieving the relationship I'm just coming out of. I miss him. I feel like talking to him. I miss his low, deep, and lazy voice. I pray for him more than I myself. I want him to be happy and better. I miss him calling me Mabebeza. Though I hated the term because I felt like it belonged to the 80s. But here I am missing being called that. Breakup is painful. But why do we have to break up though? Do you have an answer for me, diary? I have known this man for my entire working life. Who am I without him? Who is Judy without He was my confidant, my love, a friend and a companion, my support system, my partner. Why do dreams and visions have to align in order for a relationship to work? Why? Tell me why. Ndiyamkhumbula ke yena shame. I don't want to lie, but also calling him will make the healing process go back to zero. Whew, I miss him.